out having my daily walk to go and get some coffee, going past this little marina here, which is quite nice. All the Princess yachts just getting their final snagging done before the customers come and pick them up. Very nice too. Thought I'd talk about making offers. So sometimes I deal direct to agents, and sometimes I go direct to landlords. And I'm talking now about buying property, right? And one of the things people worry about is offending the seller, and so therefore they just don't make an offer, or they make an offer far too close to the advertised price. And we all know that agents especially put it up above what it's going to eventually sell for, expecting offers, and we can all sort of guess, roughly what sort of value the property is at, based on the asking price. And it's a little bit more complicated when you're direct to owner, and sometimes you've got to decide whether the owner's being a little bit optimistic with their asking price, etc. And so this particular one that I'm going to offer on today, it's direct to owner, although it is listed with an agent. So there's some complexities in that. I've asked the owner because his neighbour, who I know, said that he's selling the flat. So I've had a look at the flat, and I've asked whether the owner wants me to direct deal with the agent or direct to them. Some people think that if the offer goes direct to them, they don't have to pay their agent's fees, and most of the time that's not correct, because the agent's going to have you under contract. If you're still in contract, and the agents will want you to sign a contract, a really long one, so they want like a 6-month contract, etc. You should never accept that. You should make them earn their money and just go for like a 1 month, 2 months, 3 months is a typical or good one. Okay, 3-month contract. And when you're in that contract, if that property sells to anyone, you're going to have to pay their fee. Now, the annoying thing about that is that I've become aware of this property, and it's nothing to do with the agent's marketing, right? It's literally a friend of mine told me about a flat that's for sale, and then I met the owner when they were in the property. It's currently empty. It was a probate property. And let's face it, the marketing that the agent's done has not got my attention. So they haven't had to spend any money in order to get my attention. However, the contract is still going to say that if the owner sells it to someone whilst they're on a contract, they're going to have to pay the agent's fees. Right? So that's just something to be aware of. So I've actually said to the So I've actually said to the owner, do you want me to make the offer direct to you or via the agent? If they say direct to me, I'll probably make them aware of the fact that the agent's probably going to ask for their money, because the agent, they check, right? So if the owner, I want to delist it with you, they're going to say, well, we're under contract, and they're going to keep their eyes on what happens to the property. If it gets sold, then they will probably come after the owner for their money, if they notice or see that it's been sold. So that's just something to be aware of. So I don't mind really whether I deal with the owner or the agent. It's a little bit different, obviously, if you're doing your own marketing with adverts and leaflets and notice boards, bandit ads, that type of thing, where you're getting the owners to contact you directly. As long as they're not listed with an agent and under contract, yes, you can just go direct with them and buy it direct to them. Now, they might have their own solicitor, and obviously you're going to need yours. And ultimately, you get the solicitors to deal with each other. You don't necessarily have to go with an agent. Obviously, there doesn't have to be an agent in the process in order for you to buy property. Most people don't really get that bit. Some agents are good, and they chase the solicitors and get them to pull their finger out. Some agents are not good. So agents have their place. But the point is, you don't have to have an agent in place to buy property. But if there is one, then it's going to be a contract normally, and you have to be aware of that. Right, so buying properties then. Go for no. I'm going to make an offer today, and if my offer is accepted immediately, I'm going to be disappointed. Yeah, I'm going to be offering below what the owner, because I know the ballpark what he wants. I'm not offering that. I'm going to offer at a price where I'm hoping he says no. Because let's face it, if they say yes to your first offer, you've offered too much money, right? And this is a business. When you're buying property as a business, you don't buy at market value. You can't. And you have to identify where you can add value to property as well. So this particular fact, we've had a look, we know we can add value, it's a good one, but you've still got to buy below market value, because there's two things in play. Buying below market value, great, you've made money by buying at below market value, and adding value as well. So you want two bites at the cherry to ultimately make good money out of property. And then obviously over time it force appreciates, and the property, you need to run the numbers, so the property rented out, this particular one, by the way, it's not going to be used as service accommodation because you can't. It's in an over 55s building, so we'll rent it out to someone over 55, right? So it's not going to be a service accommodation. I don't only do service accommodation, I do other strategies as well. So this particular one, I would do service accommodation in it if I could, but I can't. So there you go. Now then, so I want my offer to be rejected. Here's the thing, right? You should have lots of offers out. You shouldn't just have one, fishing line in, trying to catch a fish. You want to have multiple lines in, don't you? So you want to be making multiple offers, and you want the answers to be no. And here's the thing. Your initial response to your offers to be no. And here's the thing, you buy the houses where the answer to your offer is yes. And you don't buy the houses where the answer to your offer is no. And if you're getting too many yeses, you're offering too much money, right? That's as simple as that. And what you want to do is be making lots and lots of offers, and all right, you're not going to be able to buy every single one, but here's the thing, as long as they don't all get accepted, you don't have to. So you buy the houses where the answer to your offer is yes. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to offend too much with my offer, but I definitely don't want it to be accepted. And if you offer it immediately at the price at which you think the owner's going to, the ballpark, then they're probably going to push you up from there. If you go in at the ultimate end price that you think you're going to buy at, don't go in at that end price that you think you're going to buy at. Go below that, and then you'll end up bartering to the price that you think it's going to be accepted at, if that makes sense. Right, so hopefully that's useful, everybody. Go for no. You buy the houses where the answer to your offer is yes, and you don't when the answer to your offer is no. Here's to your success in property investing, as well as service accommodation. And from me, the Property Soldier, remember, your future prosperity needs you. Take care.